Hi, this is going to be an update on our small portable DVD player. Now, I do have the Dreamcast hooked up to it. I also have a VCR DVD player. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you have a gaming system that has this type of ends, what you're going to need is to buy some adapters to connect two of these ends together. Okay? Now, I do not have any of those. That's why I hooked it up the way I did through the DVD VCR combo unit. Now, you can adjust the brightness and everything on the screen. This is just set for default. So I can adjust this. Now, if you want to play games and something like this, right here is the input. Now, do not use the TV. Whatever you do, I do have an adapter that will fit that. In fact, it's on this. But, and let me see if I can get this adapter out. Here we go. But this TV, the programs in here, the connections, all this other stuff is so old. You do not want to hook it up that way. You want to hook it up this way. And if you have a connector or game system or whatever, and you with this type of end on it, you will need to get an adapter, 3 adapters, so you can connect these together. Okay? Now let's get back over here. Now I am testing this out. Like I said, the brightness and everything can be adjusted. I just have not done it. This is Dead or Alive 2 for the Dreamcast. In fact, that's pretty loud actually. Oh, I had some save data on here apparently. Wow, that's actually pretty loud for volume 2. Now, I cannot play this because I am holding the camera. So this can be used for gaming systems. And that is, I mean, seriously, volume 1, 0, 1. Okay. All right. That is halfway down, halfway up on the volume. That's on 2 right there. This gets really, really loud coming from the Dreamcast. All right. Now we're going to stop this. Now, since I have a DVD VCR, you will not have to do this if you just have a gaming system and don't have to do one of these. All you have to do is buy adapters to connect ends together like that. They are AV connectors to connect 2 AV plugs together. Now let's put this on DVD, which I don't need DVD because, well, this is a DVD player. But if you have other things, you can hook it up this way. I did have to hook it up this way because I do not have those AV adapters. All right.
working that great.
And let's see.
So I decided to take today and do a little experiment. Now, we are renting this, one half of this building right here, this from our landlord. Now, what I have hooked up is what I call a solar cube.
Okay, I am not going any higher than that. Coming from here, from an external source, it gets much, much louder. And you can see that is my video. All these are my videos on here on this disc. Okay, as far as the TV function on this, it has, the only NTSC it has is what's called NTSC/M. Now, I have no clue what that is. I do know it will not pick up NTSC. I did try all the settings doing a scan. Hooked up the Dreamcast itself with this adapter through the TV plug, and as you can tell, we have an RF switch for the Dreamcast with the coax end. Then this end goes straight into the back of the Dreamcast, and it did not pick up. It would not get high enough in the hertz to actually pick the Dreamcast up. And I went through every single setting, everything from PAL. They have like 7 or 8 different PAL settings. They have SC cam or SE cam, 2 of those settings, and they only have one NTSC setting, and that is NTSC/M. And I went through every single one of those, did a channel scan with the Dreamcast on and hooked up. If it was going to pick up anything, since it is not digital anymore, it should have picked this Dreamcast up. So it is the absolute wrong format for if you're trying to get your TV port back here. If you're trying to get that port to work, don't bother. It's not going to work. Alright. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's turn this off. This will turn everything off. In fact, let's go to... See, here, this is set for 3 and 4 on the channels. And with this on, it's trying to put some signals through, but it's not going to. Alright, that's now off. Let's put this on TV, and I will show you what I'm talking about as far as the channels. Let's see, go back to, I think I went too far. I need to go here. Here's your setup. Let's see. Right here, see it's on NTSC. Now I'm going to go here, and I'm not going to touch this because it is on NTSC. I've tried auto, I've tried PAL. So to do this, we need to go oh damn it, I just passed it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch the camera and hold the camera and do all this stuff. Right here on TV, then you push setup. Now this comes up, and if you go down to TV system, it has PAL, BG, PAL, DK, PAL, I, PAL, M, PAL, N, NTSC/M, SE-CAM or C-SCAM or whatever it's called, C-CAM, BG, C-CAM, DK, and that is it. So if I go back here, that's all of them. And I went through each and every single one of these settings, and it takes literally 45 minutes to go through each one of these and do a channel search. Now, if you want to, hey, that's up to you. Depending on where you're at. To get out of here, you push this back button over here. And then to manual search, you hit here. Just do an auto search. You can't fine tune unless you actually find something. Auto search. And start. Now, it's not hooked up, so it's not going to find anything, but even when it was hooked up, it found absolutely nothing. Now, I will tell you, this goes through VHF channels first, and right about somewhere in here, it switches to a UHF search. But since everything has gone digital, this is going to pick up absolutely nothing. And you cannot exit this. Literally, you cannot exit this once it starts. Alright, so let's shut this down over here. It's the button's right there. It's in a bad place. It's between these two cords. Now, if you're wanting to hook your Dreamcast or game system up, depends on your adapters. I have one of these. And we have a Dreamcast adapter that has these on it, the AVs. To get these AVs connected to the cable that they sent with it, you will have to have the AV to AV adapters that connect these two. So if you're wanting to run a gaming system off this and you don't have that connectors, you're not going to do it unless your gaming system for the output plugs like into the game with these, and most don't. So you know, you can spend like $6-7 and get 3 connectors to connect 2 of these together, or 3 of them together. You know what I'm saying. You have to connect, like, yeah, white to white, red to red, yellow to yellow. Let's see. We're going to go through this real quick. Also, the SD card. All right. This is the SD card out of my old camera, the old handheld I had with the little bitty screen, that piece of junk. This is a SanDisk, 16 gigabyte. It says a 1 on it. This does fit this. Now I'm not going to put this in. I can actually put it in. I want to take this off first, because there's actually stuff on here that I don't want. In fact, I'm going to shut this off because I don't want it reading what's on here. But alright, take that out. That's what fits. Now, if you don't have something on your computer or laptop that will hold these, and you can buy the micro SD cards with the adapter like this that the micro SDs fit in. In fact, I do have one somewhere. If you're wanting to use these for this, but you don't have a an SD on your computer or laptop, you can use one of these. Because it fits right there. And then this will plug in through USB to your computer or your laptop, and you can transfer files onto the card using this or something like it. You just have to make sure it has an SD reader. Okay, let's get back to this. Now, if not for the fact I have this, Since I do not have any connectors, which I will be buying some, because I want to hook the Dreamcast straight up to this and not have to use this. We did give away pretty much all of our VCR tapes, and I will be giving this machine away. As you can tell, it does work, but I wanted to have a way for my girlfriend, other than the laptop or her computer, to be able to play her Dreamcast. This will do it if you hook it up correctly. Once again, this was Dead or Alive 2 for the Dreamcast. You can see. Now let's go back into settings. Let me see if I can remember. Right, okay. To get your sharpness, brightness, and everything else, once you get into setup, let me exit this. I'm going to show you exactly how to get to that. This comes up right here. Then you use this one, this circle, to push over, and it will go to video setup page. The little orange will be right there on what looks like a film reel. Then you push down on this side until you get to panel quality. Then you push over. Now here you can set your brightness, contrast, sharpness, everything. So if you're wanting to use this with games and they're too bright, then you can come here and adjust it. Let's see, sharpness. Right now it's set for medium for sharp. You can adjust your brightness. And you can even go in the negatives here. So if you're playing a game and it's really bright, you can come here and actually put this in negatives to darken it up. You can do that with every setting from brightness, contrast. And to get out of here, push this side. Actually, no. I have to remember. There we go. You hit OK in the middle. Then you push this side. And you can get out of there. And here's your speaker setup. So that's how you adjust everything. Now this here on the end, you see nothing's going to this one. That is your TV. This will never pick up unless you're actually getting something through the TV. So if you see something orange, the orange is here, that means something somehow is trying to get your TV settings, whether it's picking up something or you have something hooked up. I could not personally get this to work, and I spent, oh God, 7 hours doing scans, something like that, to try to see if I could actually get this to work, that part. And absolutely not. Nothing picks up, because the NTSC is NTSC/M, and nothing I have picks up. Now this says NTSC, so it should have picked up, but it did not. So as far as your TV settings go, do not use that ever. Use this plug right here, the green one, for input. Now let's get out of this. Now let's go back right here, top. That's AV. That's that. If I recall, that's that. Oh, yeah, I have to have this on. Duh. That's, I plumb forgot. See, our battery's bad. So, we keep having to set the time and everything else. And this is actually one of my favorite games for the Dreamcast, Dead or Alive 2. I mean, look at that. That was on volume 1. I don't know if you could hear it. So, can you use this for gaming? I guess it would depend on your gaming system. Now, see, this is a little bright for gaming, so I would actually have to turn the brightness down. But if you follow the instructions, go into settings. Oh, crap. I can't do this with one hand. She gotta kick my ass. Bitch, hit me. Wow, I beat her and all I was doing was kicking. Now, it has a good picture for the game. Okay? And I always pick Kasami. Yeah, okay. That can go off. And yes, this is a real Dreamcast disc. So, I want to talk to you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to connecting the cables. Okay? Now, unfortunately, I want to turn this off because I do not want this on while I'm doing this. Let's put this back on. Right there, put it back there. Now, here's how I have this hooked up. This is the AV cables. Yeah. So, if you don't have a VCR DVD where you can hook it up like this, or you just want to hook it up to where you can play a game directly, and it has, sorry, my hand's in the way, and it has these, this is right here. What you would have to do is you'd have to connect these cables to the cables on your Dreamcast or your gaming system, Nintendo, Sega, whatever. And these would have to go together. That's what I'm saying. You have to have that adapter. I do not have any right now. I will be buying some. This did come with the DVD player. And I will be buying some because I do want to get rid of this. We don't need it. So I'm going to be giving it away. As you can see, it works. I do know the VCR works. And it's a little dusty in there. We never use this. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to give it away. But once I get the adapter to connect two of these together, this Dreamcast can hook up directly to this. Now I want to go through something else. Turn this off. And the green plug is the one it plugs into. Now this is output, alright? So if you're connecting this to a TV, you use the yellow. And if you're going into it, use the green. Now this is the DVD video player. Now I wanted to talk about this right here. Power source, 9 to 12 volt, 1.5 to 2 amps. So at max, you can use 12 volt, 2 amps. So if you have an adapter that'll plug into that, kind of like this one here, you can, you know, and if you don't have this, which they did send this right there, that's all it takes. But if you don't have one of those, you can get something like this. Hopefully you can find the right end. If you can't find the right end, get one that you can use. I believe this is more like a laptop plug. In fact, it looks like I might have the right end. Yep, right there. So I could absolutely use this to power this. But just using what came with it would be better. Anyway, this is an update on this. I guess it's an update. I wanted to show you can do other things with this besides watch DVDs. If you have a VCR, different type of DVD, or even, I believe, even a Blu-ray player that you can connect this way, I believe that will work. Video game consoles should work as long as you have the right cable, which would be the ones with these and some adapter plugs, you know, adapters to connect two of these together. Like I said, I wanted to check this. And as far as the TV itself, I have no clue what NTSC-M means. But it will not pick up anything, literally nothing, and I have an adapter that will fit this. I have scanned every single one of those formats, from PAL to NTSC to SC-CAM or whatever it was, all of those. And since it takes like 40-45 minutes sometimes for this to scan, it took me literally hours to go through all those formats. So if you're planning on getting it using the TV part, don't. It will not work here in America. Now, it may work overseas, but it won't work in America since everything's gone to digital. This will not pick up. In fact, it would not even pick up the Dreamcast, which is at NTSC. So, don't rely on the TV. If you want to use it to watch like VCR tapes, and it has, because your cables are like this, AV jacks, as long as you get the adapters that will connect two AV jacks together and use the adapter that came with this, which is wherever the hell it is, it's down here, I think. Oh, I don't know, I unplugged it. I don't know where I put that. Right here. As long as you use this, you can connect your AV jacks together once you get the cheap adapters. And they're really cheap. I'm going to buy some. That way she can play her Dreamcast directly on this through the input setting without a DVD, VCR, or anything like that. So, this is another thing you can use this for. If you're in college or something like that and you want a good small DVD player and maybe play some games on, especially older games. Now, I do not know about the new games. I do know the PS4 would not hook up to this because it has, what the hell is that called? It has a different plug type, and I can't think of the name of the plug type. Anyway, it has a different plug type altogether. But as long as it can turn into these, I believe a PlayStation 2 would be able to hook up to this because it had AV plugs. So you could probably play PlayStation 2, Xbox, anything that has AV cables. I believe you can play on here. Now I can't guarantee the picture because the screen resolution only goes up to a certain size. But for like a Dreamcast, VCR, or even another DVD player. Now this has copy on it. I did notice that, so you can copy it from here to something else. If whatever it is can burn or record, like from here to the VCR, if you have a VCR. I don't know how well that's going to work. I do not want to test that because it's just a hassle. And I would have to rewire everything to go in instead of out. You know, the game went into here and then this went out to here. Anyway, if you have any questions for me about this unit, I will try to answer them once you leave a comment in the comments saying, hey, can you answer this question? Now, I have not tried the battery length, so I cannot say exactly how long that'll last. But once I got it, I did charge it. Now, here's the thing with mine. Mine was not new. Mine was an open box unit. That's why I only paid $45 for it. So if you're buying one brand new, the first thing you do is plug that thing in and let it charge for 6, I'd say 8 hours to be on the safe side. Make sure this battery's fully charged. Now mine was not new. It looks good. It even still had film on it because I believe it was some type of demo or display model. Which means most likely the battery has been used. So, you know, mine would probably differ from the amount of time you get on yours. Now, as long as you don't have to buy one of these, all right? As long as the one you get has AV input, then you can use a cable like this to go from some type of gaming system into yours. But it has to have this AV input. Alright, this is a small update on the DVD player. I just want to see how well it works with the Dreamcast. It seems to work great. The picture's looking good. I would have to adjust the brightness on it to best tone down the brightness because it's pretty bright with the Dreamcast. But other than that, I know I can adjust everything even in the negative setting. So, you know, hey, if you're wanting to use it for games, as long as you have the right adapters, mine did come with the adapter here to go into the AV input, well, that not AV, but the input jack. As long as yours comes with this, and your gaming system comes out with these, all you will need is some cheap connectors to connect these to these, And you will not need this. Okay? Alright, I am fixing to go. I have to put all this mess up and clean everything up, as you can see. Also, don't forget, if you're wanting to buy an SD card, I don't know why you would, since a flash drive is just as cheap, if not cheaper. But if you're wanting to use these, this is a scan disk, 80 MB per second, or megabytes per second, 16 gig. It has the 1 on it. I don't know if you can see that. This is the Ultra Plus. And of course, it's made in China. Everything's made in China. And if your computer or laptop does not have something that'll fit, you can get one of these. And the card reader on here is right there. I believe I have shown this to you before, but just in case. And the card, if I remember right, goes in upside down on this. Yes. It goes in upside down. And everything can, of course, this has USB where you can transfer stuff to USB, micro SD, the TF card, which is micro SD. I don't know what all this junk is for, and I'll never use any of this stuff other than probably this. And then, of course, it plugs into the back here, and this goes out to your USB. And I don't know what that says. SATA. SATA, I believe. Beats me. I don't know. Still relevant. But something like this to transfer files from your computer or your laptop. If you want to use one of these, I personally recommend buying cheap flash drives. You can get a bigger flash drive than this for probably the same price. In fact, my 32 gig flash drives were around $7, $8, something like that when I got mine. I mean, they may have gone up, I don't know. Anyway, I have a huge mess to clean up. And like I said, the TV, that right there, I plugged in an antenna. Actually, you can see the antenna here. And whatever I did with that damn adapter. Oh, crud. I threw my adapter somewhere. And now I gotta find it so I can go back with this. I may have threw it in this box. Oh yeah. Also, this. Oh, there it is. Right there. Do not bother looking for one of these. The TV stuff does not work at all. I also have one of these. I have put files on this, music and videos, and plugged it in to the USB, and it does read off of this. But this uses a lot more power than just a flash drive. So don't do something like this unless this is all you have. Alright, I am fixing to go once again. That was Dead or Alive 2 for the Dreamcast. And of course, here's the remote for the thing here. Anyway, that's it. I am fixing to go. I hope everyone has a really good day. Alright, bye.